2 weeks ago when I was in Aruba on the beach?
Yeah.
You saw it. Yeah. You saw that one? Or you saw them like this?
Yeah.
Like that, like that.
No. Right, okay. All right. I'm sorry, let's get this out of your way so you can see. Okay. This is the heart with the pericardium removed. This is the heart with the pericardium still around it. Okay, so if you have your little list in front of you, the first structure on your list says pericardium, right? Remember the heart is in the sac, right? So the sac actually has two layers. The outside of the sac where all the adipose is the fibrous pericardium. So if I take the pin, if I take the pin and you're taking the practical exam and I say name number 1, you're going to tell me fibrous pericardium. Okay? I promise you. Let's get through it, then you'll take lots of pictures. Okay? Okay? So then, inside, okay, and right, it's supposed to still be attached. See the shiny part? Okay? Where's my number 2? Parietal pericardium. So if you come and you see it like this, name number 2, parietal pericardium. Name number 3, if you see it with the pericardium on it, when I'm looking, and I put it like that right in the heart, I'm looking for epicardium. So what we have is the sac around the heart. Yes, guys, eat healthy or your sac will look just like this one with all the adipose. You see me looking at you, Darius? Keep it up. You eat all that.
Pretty healthy most of the time.
Well, you came supplied with antibacterial lotion, so we're very impressed. Okay.
The first one was?
From the outside where we see all the adipose, fibrous pericardium. Okay. The outer layer is fibrous. If I look inside of the fibrous pericardium, where it's nice and shiny like that, it's called the parietal pericardium. And then where it sits right on the heart muscle itself, epicardium.
Less than visceral.
Same thing. Visceral is the same as epicardium.
3 you're talking about.
Number 3, yep. Okay. So if you see it like this and I'm sticking it in the heart itself, I'm looking for either visceral or epicardium, whichever term you prefer to use. Sometimes students get confused and put endocardium. It is not endocardium. Endocardium is inside. Okay, so that's 2 questions. I promise you there'll be 2 questions. So far we know 12 questions. The 10 we'll do on the arteries and vein slides, and 2 we'll do on this one. Okay, Nora, can you get me a beaker? Try that one, and I'll try that, and then the one that's to the left of it. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly how we want the test's going to be set up. Okay, so we're good with the. Very well. Now, try. All right. So, I'm just getting the fluid. All right. Right? Here's a heart. Get a little bit confused, like what the heck is going on? It looks all the same to me. First thing, right? All right, first thing I got to do is figure out front from back. How do I figure out front from back?
In the apex.
Yeah.
In the round or it's
Well, for me, the easiest way is I look at the interventricular. Well, not the septum. Septum is inside, sulcus. If it's going at an angle like this one, I know this is anterior. If it's kind of like a T, this one is a little bit sliding. That's why I keep slipping on me. Okay? That's posterior. So, anterior, posterior, right? Okay? So, that's just, I got the pin in the ventricle, right? That's actually the left ventricle and the right ventricle. Okay? Left auricle, right auricle from the outside. If you tell me atrium from the outside, it's wrong, because from the outside we don't call it the atrium. The atrium is the chamber on the inside. Okay? So, all right, if you were taking the exam, left auricle, right auricle, anterior interventricular sulcus or just interventricular sulcus. Do not put septum because that would be wrong. People get confused with the words, okay? Left
Like
ventricle,
ventricle,
right
right
ventricle. If I stick it down over here,
Apex.
apex. Okay, so far so good. Everybody with me? That was the easy part. Okay, so now we have to do the blood vessels that we're responsible for. So what can we identify on our sheet part? We could do pulmonary trunk, superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, coronary sinus, and pulmonary veins. Okay, so when I'm looking at my sheet part, the first thing I do is I find the front or the anterior, right? Then I locate my auricles, and the auricles are kind of textured, so I don't usually have a problem finding them, although they can look rather different from one heart to the next, depending on.
You won't use that one though.
Okay, all right. This one's not bad. Okay, oracle. I like the one I was working on. Going back to the one I was working on. Okay, so once I locate the oracles, I want to locate the pulmonary trunk. Pulmonary trunk kind of lies flat between the two oracles. And I'm looking at the back, okay? So here's my blood vessel that lies between the two auricles. It's cut, right? Ours are all cut. Giving you a little hint, right? If it's cut, I only cut through two. I cut through this pulmonary trunk, and we cut through the superior vena cava. If I'm looking at it from the front and I got my probe and it's one that's cut, it's going to be my pulmonary artery. So the way, okay, so pulmonary artery. Then we have aorta, brachiocephalic. Aorta is the nice big one, okay? It's because of all of the smooth muscle in it, it holds its shape reasonably well. And branching off of that is going to be the brachiocephalic. This one is cut too low. Okay, so again, if I go, once I locate my pulmonary trunk, okay, I go back from that, okay, and I have a nice clear one right here, and I have a nice easy one to identify right over here. The one with the larger diameter is going to be the aorta. Branching off of it's going to be the brachiocephalic. So if I have one probe in here, this probe is in my pulmonary trunk. So number 4 is in my pulmonary trunk. Number 12 is in my aorta. Nice
It's
big
next to
round opening. 12, right? And number 11 is going to be in my brachiocephalic. Okay.
So we said 4 is the trunk.
So the way you're going to see it on the practical is
She's
it's
not
going
going to cut the aorta.
No, I'm not going to. It's going to be sitting in a beaker like this, and you're going to come, and it's going to say name blood vessel number 11 or 12 or 4, what have you.
So the aorta is most posterior?
Yep. See this guy? Nice big round one. Yep. At the moment, from what we've seen so
Okay.
far.
Sorry.
Not the most posterior, but it's the most posterior that we've done so far.
Okay.
Right? Everybody okay so far?
Yeah.
Okay. This part is the blood vessels are the ones that seem to give the students the most difficulty. Okay? See, that's why I say don't eat in the rooms when we do this stuff.